Hey guys, Michael the Comic Nerd here. As I'm sure most of you are aware, it is E3 time of the summer, which is one of my personal favorites, which means we get the big conferences, first of which is Microsoft, which I just finished watching, and I'm bored, so I'm going to talk about it for a little while. So, sit down, listen up, I guess. First off, this was definitely a much bigger improvement over last year. Because first off, there was no annoying as fuck little kids pretending to act to the best of their abilities. There were still a couple rather painful to watch moments, but they weren't nearly as bad as they were last year, and especially with the EA Sports they had last year. Just but they started off strong with the Halo 4 footage, which looks fantastic. Like, I really didn't know what to expect from 343 Guilty Spark, and I'm in. Like, I wasn't sure before, but yeah, I'm in. Damn it all. I'm gonna pre-order and I'm gonna buy it. I was probably gonna buy it anyway, but now it's pretty much like, oh yeah, I have to have it now. So that was really cool. And then they had the Splinter Cell. That was it. The Splinter Cell trailer came right afterwards, and yeah, that looked pretty good too. Like the what's one of the new features they had with it? It was the movement, like it was the execution style they had from the previous game, only now like it will lock on automatically as you move, which I don't know how it's gonna work gameplay wise, but watching it looked, it was like a beautiful little thing. And that was I do have, and it all looked pretty good with one exception. Where's Michael Ironside? He's played Sam Fisher for years, and now all of a sudden they got some new guy to do it? Why? Did he ask too much? Did he want too much? Is he old and tired? What? Did he go back to play Darkseid? No, probably not. But that'd be awesome too, by the way. I know the game store not even close coming out, but damn it, I miss my Michael Ironside. I don't know. I'm prejudging. I only just saw like the short little demo that showed at E3, so it'll probably be good. I mean, it looks fun, it looks fluid, it looks like it's gonna be a lot of action, a lot of fun. So, looking forward to that one. And was that the point? I think so. I think it's around that point where they started going to the sports section, which I'm not gonna lie, I am not a sports fan at all. I don't give a shit about sports. I never have. God knows I've tried, but I can never get into it. And I always kind of laugh how they keep trying to convince people to watch sports on their Xbox. I don't get that. Like, to this day, I never met a single person who has an Xbox that actually touches any of this. Like the TV streaming and stuff like that, it's like, I don't see it. When you have an actual TV that can stream all that stuff just fine, why risk having to have it buffer for like 20 minutes of shitty quality when you can just watch it live on television, or fuck it, TiVo it. It seems kind of pointless. I don't know. Am I wrong? Am I speaking out of turn? I don't know. Like, if someone uses it, let me know. I'd be curious to see what the difference is, because honest to God, I never use it. I don't have, and if you're a gamer like me, you're not going to use pretty much a lot of the stuff they mentioned on here. Like that, and they're really pushing it too. Like the watch ESPN and NHL and basketball and UFC and all this crap. I'm not going to enjoy a good UFC match once in a while, but I'd rather watch it on my TV where the quality's probably going to be a lot better. I mean, that's just the way it is. I don't know. If I'm wrong, correct me. I don't know anything about this stuff. I'm going purely on what I've seen here. And then there's the ESPN games, which again deserves their own spotlight, even though, like, I'm sorry, just about every game is pretty much the same with a few choice difference. Oh, who the fuck they get? They got like a football star to go up and like demo the game, which is another thing I don't quite understand with the celebrity appearances, but more on that later. And it was like Joe Mad. I don't know these guys' names. It's a Hall of Famer pretty much. And he goes up there and goes, well, I haven't really played games like this in a while. Let's see how I do. It's like, oh, don't fucking pretend like you didn't rehearse this. It's like, don't insult my intelligence. Don't insult the audience intelligence. We know you've been preparing this for months. Please don't patronize us. I mean, granted, it's not as bad as last year's stupid little kids playing the Disneyland Connect game. Oh, God. I hate those little bastards. I shouldn't call kids little bastards. So yeah, there was that. And I forget what it's called. Like, another thing they were really pushing on. I know it's because, like, this is like the middle part of the show where it's like it talks about things I don't give a shit about, and I just kind of start dozing off a little bit. And it was like, you know, I don't care, give me the games. It's like, remember the good old days? The E3 was just about games. Like, just show us the games. I don't care about any other crap. I don't use any other crap. Give me the games. That's all I want. And thankfully it did in the second half. But for a while, that took. It was like called Microsoft Glass or something like that, where it's like, are you watching a movie on your tablet? Well, now it's like, well, now your tablet talks to your phone, which talks to your TV, which also talks to your tablet again. Some strange circle, and it's like you can connect everything together and watch everything and blah 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 blah. When you're watching Game of Thrones, it'll update on your tablet about what's going on, the cast and everything like that. You can use this while playing your games and stuff like that. And all I could think of is like, well, yeah, I have my phone or my tablet next to me while I'm watching shows, but I'm rarely looking up anything about the show. Chances are I'm checking my email or something. Most of the time I'm using my phone or my tablet in front of a TV. It has very rarely anything to do with what I'm watching. So, it's like, it doesn't look like something I would find useful at all. I mean, one thing that was kind of cool is like, that could actually be useful is like when you start watching a movie on your tablet, and then you can resume it on your TV. That's kind of cool. So like that's something that realistically someone can actually use. But other than that, it's like I'm not gonna play Halo 4, get a stupid tablet message, go dig out my tablet somewhere, stop my game, I might add, and try to figure out what the hell's going on. That seems like more trouble than it's worth. Cause like I don't know about you, but I'm gonna be playing like playing my game. I'm not gonna go, well, fuck, where the fuck's the fucking tablet? And I don't know, it's just. It seems more trouble than it's worth. I don't know. Maybe it works better than they showed it to be. I don't know. And they're also pushing a lot of like they're really pushing Connect. Connect is the big thing. They're really trying to like, please buy this thing. Like and I don't know. I don't really like it too much. I'm a big fan of it because first off, I talk to myself a lot when I'm watching movies and TV and stuff like that. Hell, I'm talking to myself now. It's like, I don't want to accidentally say something and have something do on the television slide I never wanted it to do. If that makes any sense. But even then, it's like, they demoed, like, FIFA, or whatever it is, and, like, there's a part where the guy, like, swore the television or reflected that, like, in the way he talks about the referee. It's like, fuck you. Okay, I'm gonna swear my television when something bad goes happen. I don't want that reflected on me. It's private. You shouldn't know about it. Except to the people I'm smack talking, or smack talking me, whatever, it goes both ways. And one big thing is, well, this was actually kind of a smart idea, which is like Microsoft is actually finally getting a web browser on the Xbox. That's finally about time. The bad news is Internet Explorer. I like Internet Explorer. I don't know what anyone else's problem with it, but the cool thing to do about it, though, is you browse on the screen with your phone, which is kind of cool because, let's face it, as web browsers, controllers suck. So it's like, that was actually a pretty cool idea. So it's like, bravo Microsoft for that. That was actually a pretty smart idea. Doesn't change the fact they spent like 10 or 20 minutes talking about this, and towards the 20-minute mark, you don't give a shit. And then they start showing clips of things that have nothing to do with games. Like, they show a clip of Prometheus. Like, why? It's like, I'm gonna see it on Friday. Everyone's gonna see it on Friday. We don't come to E3 to see movie clips. But that's just me. I can't be alone on this. But finally, like after 20 goddamn minutes, I stopped talking about the sports. I stopped talking about the stupid Windows Glass or whatever the hell it's called. and go back to the games. And that's all I want out of E3. I just want to see the games. Is that so hard? Anyway, I digress. I don't know. I don't know if it was the one they immediately showed afterwards. It's one I'm actually really looking forward to, which is the new Tomb Raider. And I never thought I'd say this about a Tomb Raider game, but this game looks awesome. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I played the last two Tomb Raider games. I enjoyed them. They weren't great games, but I got some entertainment out of it. And this one looks fucking brutal. Like, it really does. And it seems to be. It seems to take a lot out of Uncharted, I noticed. At least with, like, the reticles and the movement and the constant chaos. With one notable exception, but I'll talk about that in a bit. And it's kind of weird when you think about it, how, like, originally when Uncharted came out, everyone's saying how it ripped off from Tomb Raider, and yet now it looks like Tomb Raider is ripping off from Uncharted. It's really kind of weird circle of life kind of thing. But the big difference between, like, the Uncharted series and this new Tomb Raider direction they're going with is the feel of it. Because in Uncharted, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of chaos going on, but it's also Nolan North doing the voice, and the character of Nathan Drake's really fucking charming, so it's relatively tongue-in-cheek. With, you know, when you don't get the actual dramatic points. I mean, they're still great games, don't get me wrong. But it's like, but in this game, in Tomb Raider, just when I saw, there's almost a constant feeling of desperation. Like, that I actually really, really liked. I thought it was, like, really refreshing for the Tomb Raider series. Like, you feel like the character you're playing is constantly struggling. Like, in Uncharted, you just kind of got the feeling that a lot of this came easy to him. Like, his luck sucked, but he can handle it. This one, I mean, yeah, she can take care of herself, but she looks like she's, like, making herself work through every second of it, through this crap. And the character looks scared, and she should be scared, and that's, like, really refreshing for a game, because a lot of the games don't do that. So, yeah, I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to play it. Which, again, I never thought I'd say for a Tomb Raider game. Not that the last few games sucked. I liked the last few games, but they weren't great. And then they showed one arcade game. I forget what it's called. This is one of the more pandering video games where it's like I can't remember what it's called. Remind me in the comments. It's a game where you work off a slingshot with two really annoying Scottish guys on both sides of you, and you sling your bombs, and you're supposed to take out as much of a castle as you can for points. It's basically Angry Birds for the Xbox. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. More or less. And it's like, yeah, it's a harmless kids game. I don't see myself playing it, but it could be fun. I don't know. It all depends on how fucking irritating those Scottish people are. I mean, just for the 5 seconds I had on the screen, I was already pretty annoyed. And I don't know if it was before or after that, but then they demonstrated like 3 all new games with like I'm pretty sure they're arcade games, but I guess they decided not to give these games like the spotlight I think they really deserved, because they just showed us the trailers, and the trailers were confusing as hell. Like, the first one was, what was it called? I think it was called, like, Arise or Ascension or something. I don't know. But honest to God, after watching the trailer, I have no idea what the fuck it is. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Like, it looked like a giant Power Rangers villain reject killing a bunch of other giant Power Ranger rejects, then fights a God of War boss, and then, like, they beam from beyond good and evil, like, pops them up somewhere. I don't know. It had a kind of a claymation style, which was actually kind of cool. I don't know what the hell it is. And there was another one by Twisted Pixel, and I love Twisted Pixel, by the way. I have like 3 out of 4 of their games. But fuck, what was it called? It almost sounded like Knight Rider with a female motorcycle. That's pretty much what it looked like. But it doesn't show any gameplay footage. It just shows like it talks about a motorcycle that does like apparently really fast, and it's a sheep. So I'm guessing it can talk. I don't know. Looks like a Tron. It looks like a Tron light cycle. That's pretty much just out of like I don't know. I got a Knight Rider vibe out of it. That's pretty much all. What was the third one? That's all I got out of it anyway. What was the third one? Oh yeah, Matter. That one I actually remember. Matter. I again have no fucking clue what the game's about. I just know it's like some ball with an eye in the middle trying to get from like flying cubes. I want to grab it. I get the gist that the ball wants to go to another ball to have bouncy time. I don't know. I mean, I applaud these companies for trying different things, and chances are I'm going to be interested in when they learn more what they are about. I wish I knew what the hell they were. It's a good announcement, E3, at least show us something. Oh, while we're talking about that, let's go back, let's rewind a little bit, back to the Gears of War game, the new one coming out, which is apparently a prequel, and they showed a brief trailer, and by the way, props to them for picking the perfect circle for music preferences, for the music. I'm not making any sense. Props to them for picking the perfect circle album. Is it an album? Whatever. Kudos on the song. But it's a Gears of War game that stars probably the two most annoying characters in the Gears of War saga. I'm sorry to say, but by the time Game 3 came around, Baird was annoying as shit. He really was. And Cole's not much better. Like, you're making a game starring these two? Are you trying to redeem them? I mean, let me put it this way. Gears of War is not known for its awesome character development and story. So I don't really know what they're hoping to accomplish here, except maybe... Am I in focus? Okay, there we go. Obviously, I don't know if they're actually going to try something different with this. Maybe try to work more on the story. Maybe make Baird and Cole interesting. Or maybe they're just going for another action-packed Gears of War game to milk more money out of the franchise. I don't know. I mean, give Halo 4 some credit. It is pretty much milking the franchise, but it's doing some new... It does look like it's trying a new direction. Like, it's actually focusing more on character and stories, and not to mention the graphics look incredible. So give Halo 4 credit for that, and that it sold it on me just in the demo it showed. But I'm getting off topic now. So yeah, what was I talking about? Tomb Raider and the Angry Bird look-alike game. And then there was the 3 indie games. Oh yeah, and then the game... Again, I never thought I would say this, but there's a South Park game coming out, and I actually want to play it. Because, they got Matt and Trey, I think his name is, the creators of the show, to come on stage to talk a little bit about it. But what these, I love these guys. One of them says like the best fucking thing out of the entire E3 conference. Basically makes fun of everything they talked about beforehand. Which is like, hey, if you want to, like, I just made me laugh because like all the hoopla is like you can play it on your phone or tablet. It goes up there and goes, hey, you ever want a game you can play on your phone and on your what was it? You ever want to play a game on your tablet that's controlled with your phone, that's controlled from an oven that you play in your fridge? It's like, oh, this is why we love you, South Park. But compared to other like crappy South Park games, this one looks like it's actually trying to be faithful to the show while also still being an entertaining game. Like, just based on the short trailer they showed. But it's like, I don't know how the gameplay is actually going to work. I just know the trailer looked like a fucking episode of South Park. It's like, and if they can make a game work like that, that's pretty fucking awesome. So I can't wait to see what they do with it. Not to mention the story looks just as crazy and zany as you would expect from a South Park game. So I can't wait to play it. And I think that's the majority of it. I can't think of anything else really worth mentioning except for the obvious one, which is the the last demo they showed, which was the Call of Duty one. And say what you will about Call of Duty, a lot of people hate it. I like it. I think it's fun. You can be picky about it all you want, but if they got this many fans, they're doing something right. Although you can make that same argument, Transformers and those movies are not exactly great. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So yeah, the Call of Duty Black Ops 2. The first Black Ops is really good. So I was curious to see what they would do with the sequel. And yeah, I mean, it looks pretty solid. I mean, again, say what you will about the Call of Duty franchise, but they know how to make a spectacle. So, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I could have sworn that one of the guys, one of the voices of one of the, like, I'm assuming Marines or soldier, whatever it is, I'm almost positive that's Mr. White from Reservoir Dogs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just thought that was really the first thought that popped in my head when I heard the voice. It was like, Mr. White? Is that you? And if so, kudos, because he has a pretty kick-ass voice. And I know that he had a pilot in there that I know for a fact is the voice of Miss Marvel from the Avengers TV show. It's kind of sad that I recognize off the top of my head, but you know what? I'm a nerd. I watch cartoons. I'm not ashamed to say. But yeah, the action looked really good. The dogfighting for the dogfighting at the very end where you finally get to fly a fucking jet, that looked pretty fucking sweet. And I'm really curious to see how that will translate, because they had the helicopter in the first Spec Ops, and that worked pretty good. But it's obviously not like up to a Battlefield level, really. So I'm curious to see how that works out. It looks pretty good. It looks like fun. So, overall, Microsoft, like, I wish they just focused on games. Like, I don't care about any of the other stuff. I'm not going to use any other stuff. Just talk to me about the games, and that's all you really need to do. That's what a conference should do. Oh, almost forgot. They did show off Resident Evil 6 for a little bit. I forgot a couple things, actually. One that I was like, really, and I skipped it, but I'll talk about that in a second. They did show Resident Evil 6, and I love the creators of this game, because they did what I wish they would have done countless times during the course of it, where it's like, hi, I'm so-and-so, he's so-and-so, and we're going to play Resident Evil 6. Boom! That's it. That's the introduction. That's all you need. You don't need a big fucking speech that you prepare like hours in advance. Just, it's like, okay, we're going to play this game, we're going to show this stuff. Get to the fucking point. Like, that's all you need to do. Don't stretch it out. We don't care. Just show us the stuff. That's all we want. Don't show us Prometheus. We'll see the movie on Friday. Don't show us car websites, or don't show us this and that. Don't spend hours talking about how great your system is. And that's another thing. I'm going to rambling mode right now. I apologize, but I'm going to do it now while I'm thinking about it. Which is, here's the thing, people. If I'm watching your conference, I don't give a shit where your console stands on the selling point. That's for the partners. That's for the people behind the scenes. Give me the stuff that I actually want to see. Like, I remember, like, Nintendo, a couple of years ago, spent, like, the whole fucking thing talking about how they, like, showing fucking charts about how they were higher than this and this and this. Like, we don't care. We don't care. Show us what we want to see. Show us the game. Show us the good stuff. Show us what you got. Show us what you want to sell us. But I digress. Resident Evil 6, right? Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, I wasn't too blown away by it. It's like, if you like Resident Evil 4, you like Resident Evil 5, you'll like Resident Evil 6. I mean, that's kind of pretty much what I got out of it. It definitely looks more cinematic than the previous two. And I liked Resident Evil 5. I honestly could never get into Resident Evil 4. I tried on a few times. But I just hate the start and stop mechanism. It just drove me crazy. Because I hate walking down and going, like, running away from zombies. Turn around, they're right there. Fuck! Run away from zombies, turn around, they're right there. Fuck! And I hate doing that over and over again. But again, I digress. So yeah, that looked okay. I mean, it looks fun. Like, but it didn't look anything like it didn't look anything mind-blowing. I'm still gonna probably play it. And the one that really drove me crazy was that, like, they showed a trailer for a game that actually looked kind of interesting, and then the one that gets the focus and goes the biggest what the fuck moment of the entire conference was Dance Party 3. Why the fuck are you giving this thing like 5 fucking minutes to talk about this game? And they didn't even talk about the game. It suddenly, for no apparent reason, turned to a goddamn Usher concert. And I skipped it because it's like, fuck this, I don't care. It's like, why is Usher here? Why? What? It's E3. I've come to watch for the games. I don't give a shit about Usher. I don't like Usher. If you want to talk about Dance Party 3, fine. I think there's better games you can focus on, but fine. I don't know. I skipped it. Did they reveal some gameplay that I missed? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. And another one that pissed me off was they spent like a whole goddamn 5 minutes for Nike. Nike, the shoe company. They gave 5 minutes to talk about their fitness program. And here's the thing. I have an Xbox. I did not buy an Xbox to exercise. I am lazy. I want to play games. I want to kill things. I do not want to sit in front of my damn messy room, running in front of my television screen, pretending to actually get something accomplished. And I can't be alone on this. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to advocate exercise. I'm not saying you shouldn't exercise, because, well, yeah, you should. Just keep yourself in shape. But the point is, it's fucking E3. This does not deserve 5 minutes of precious conference time to talk about this. It doesn't deserve it. It doesn't need it. We don't care. It's like, you could have wrapped it up in 2 minutes. Hell, 1 minute. It's like, there's a Nike program. We have a new game coming out for it. You should use it. Boom. All you need to do. You don't need to get some guy with some weird haircut to talk about it for 5 goddamn minutes and basically repeat himself over and over and over again about how his shoes companies go great. And here's another thing. Companies, stop patting yourself with the goddamn back. We don't care. It kind of goes back, speaking of repeating themselves, I do it all the time. Who am I to judge? But yeah, Nike comes up, pats himself on the back for 5 minutes, and then shows like 2 seconds of actual footage from the program they're talking about, and then they walk off stage. It's like, okay, so yeah, that's all I can remember for the moment. Maybe I'll update later if I think of more. Probably not. But overall, when Microsoft wants to talk about the big games, it's great. Like, you get to see all the awesome demos, you get to see the kick-ass new games coming out. Granted, most of them are sequels, but it's still a lot of fun to watch, and it's fun to see these things for the first time. It is not fun when you waste my goddamn time with Usher concerts, Nike advertisements, and whatever other shit you want to waste my time with. I'm okay if you want to throw new features in there, but keep it short. I don't know, that's my 10 cents. I'm going to stop now because I got 2 more of these conferences to watch. Or at least 2. Which I'll probably make another video of. If not today, probably tomorrow. And yeah, I'm going to finish for now. And get back to working on Ghostbusters, I guess. Talk to you all later, guys.